Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 69. Of RollPlay Court of Swords.
That's how we're doing this. Okay.
Will this episode be as good on both the end and the beginning?
No.
I believe so.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can't
Yes,
have it.
Dan, yes.
It might be.
Oh, boy. All right.
I think we're going to try to serve well and perform on both
Adam's
sides.
face.
Yeah.
Want to perform well on both sides of the show.
Yeah.
You want it to be one way, and it's not. It's the other way.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. We only get to do this once, so you might as well just live it up. Live it up.
That's true.
That's what
I think
say.
all we got to do is check in with the chat to make sure that it's going. They're enjoying it as much as we are.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Periodically, you gotta check
Basically,
in.
they're receiving as much as we're giving. I feel like is what you're saying.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, it's important to
And
take the way you
giving as well.
usually do things and turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Max, I need you to snap. You ready for me? Get ready. 3, 2, 1, snap. You what? That was so delayed.
Wow.
Jesus,
Wow,
you
Max.
had one
We're trying to do a
job,
magic
Max.
trick.
You had one fucking job. You just failed it.
Magic it was.
The sound of silence is playing right now.
Jesus Christ.
Do it again. Take it away and bring it back.
You can't. That's not how magic works.
Ready?
No, see, it doesn't work. That you have no power. You have no power over that.
Oh, here.
Dan, I gotta ask. I saw the bag. I saw it being brought in during the pre-show. What are you eating right now? What are you snacking on? Share with
Butter
the class.
chicken and naan.
Oh my
Nice.
God, you fucking asshole! Can we get a photo, please? Can you share the imagery? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
what
okay.
Yeah, that's butter chicken,
Gotcha.
and then fresh naan in aluminum.
Now, when you get butter chicken and naan, is it more like naan with a side of butter chicken? Is that?
It's almost like a dip in sauce, and then
Okay.
you can sometimes scoop some chicken into the bread and
I
you
agree.
get like a little sandwich. You know.
You're doing it right. You're doing it right. Yeah. Yep. Good job.
I like how just about every like food that comes from somewhere that's not North America or like the UK has like a white people variant, like California rolls or
Oh, yeah.
General Tso's chicken or butter chicken. Like there's the one thing, and I gotta say I like all of it. All of it. I'm down. I
It's
don't
great,
care.
man.
I'll eat it.
Yeah.
You made it for me. And my weird palate, I will eat it. Butter chicken is hella one of those things. And you can tell because of that beautiful neon orange color. The more neon orange it is,
Yeah.
the more that butter
That's
chicken is
that's
made.
ground
I'm
up
a huge consumer.
Doritos, actually. Believe it or not, that's what they put in there. It's just the ground up Doritos. It's great. It's fantastic. You need a side of Mountain Dew with that to really accentuate everything. Just
Yeah.
make it 100% white.
Doritos just adds something to it. You know.
Yeah.
You just gotta.
Yeah, it's a lesser known secret, and it's not the ghee in Indian food. It's actually the Doritos.
No, totally.
Yeah. that's what
Crushed
that
up
is.
Dorito powder.
Yep. Well, for today's pre-show, I want to talk about socks. Do you guys wear them?
Okay.
I don't like socks. I'm just gonna flat out say
I'm wearing
I
them
hate
right
socks. Really, what type of socks do you wear?
You guys wear them?
I just have the like whatever the socks are at Uniqlo. Uniqlo's
reason-
my go-to, man.
The
For all
what?
the basics, that's it.
Oh, Uniqlo.
I buy
Here-
all my socks there, shirts. I'm down.
I guess I could talk about Uniqlo. I ordered a bunch of shirts
Yeah, I saw that.
per your suggestion, and then I realized that they're made for fucking tiny people. They're tiny.
I
people
told you, man. I
shorts.
said they're Japan
shirts.
sizes. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, they go up to about mid stomach on me, so I look like I look like Homer Simpson on a binge. It's probably a good way to yeah. It's great. So I just
It's a
have
good look.
yeah.
I say go for it.
You want me to bring
Hey,
it?
man.
You want to bring the shirts? I can bring them to you at PAX because they literally cannot fit on me no matter how much weight I will
What
lose.
Uniqlo sizes are they?
XL or double XL? They might be too big for you.
I guess the other question, the most important question is, are they black?
They are darker shades.
So no.
One of them may or may not be black.
That was a very deflected way of answering. Like,
Yeah.
are they black? They are.
Look,
darker
I'm
shades.
just trying to peddle these fucking shirts away, man. Because they're just gonna sit on the counter table, the dining room table, until I
May
do
as well
something
have
with
been
them.
like some sort of person at like a school who was just uncomfortable answering the question about if a student was black or not. Were they black? They were darker in shade.
Yeah. Wait, so those are Japan size? Is that why they're so tiny?
I think so. Like they have it's not a normal North American sizing chart because I wear mediums and I wear a small in just about everything else. So
I see. Because then I did the complete opposite of that and ordered big and tall shirts, and those literally go down to my knees. So I've got shirts that go half stomach, and I've got shirts that go to my knees. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't figured out.
Even a broken clock is the right time twice a day. You'll figure it out, buddy.
Yeah,
You get it
$200 on shirts I literally can't wear. So that's great. It's fantastic. Anyways, to go back to socks, the reason I want to talk about them, I get tricked by socks because I don't take the time to actually read the type of sock that I'm buying when I go buy socks. So today, for example, it was like I forgot what the tag said. It was like these socks are soft for longer wearing periods or something like that. It's like, oh, I'm going to PAX. I'm going to be walking around a lot. That sounds fucking great. Let's talk about walking longer periods, amount of time, etc. So then I put them on. They're half and half. The top half is like a business sock, like a dress sock, and the bottom half is like cotton for like an active sock, I guess is how you. So it's just the most
cool.
It's completely worthless.
That's super weird.
So now I have like 24 socks of just worthlessness that I have to deal with.
I thought you were gonna show us. I thought you were gonna like yank your foot up there and give us a look.
Here you can see this half sock where it's...
So there you go, chat. So it's episode 69. I got JP to show feet on cam.
Yeah.
We're done.
See, but you can see with
You
the
want
dress
Heathleys?
sock right here.
That's for you. It's for you, chat.
It's ridiculous.
Soak it in. Those are really stupid socks,
They're
JP. I'm
the
really sorry.
stupidest sock of all time. They're completely pointless. I don't understand why they exist. It's so stupid.
Anytime I hear the term business socks, I can't help but think of the Flight of the Conchord song.
Yeah. Business time.
It's like I'm just sitting there in my socks. That's why they're called business socks.
Yep.
Business time.
Yep, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's why I'd rather just wear sandals everywhere. But we're going to Boston, where they've even moved it further back this year. Yet it will still be fucking cold and rainy.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold as shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's done.
I'm sorry. Like, can we just get this out of the way? That I'm sorry I'm not going. I got back from Santa Fe, New Mexico, doing the whole Meow Wolf Galaga World Championship thing, and I got delayed an extra day. Just flight delays, connections, and all that kind of shit. I got back home, and then I realized, like, I looked at my phone and said, "Hey, it's time for you to check into Delta," and that was tomorrow at like 6 a.m. And I went, like, that panic hits you, like, I really don't want to go.
Yeah.
I got it, like, that kind of shit. And these thoughts start creeping in your head, like, will my channel will suffer, of course, like, you can't help that, but if this is your business, you have to think of that first sometimes, and that's what I had to do this time. I had to think of the business first, and that would have been 11 days in a row that I would have been away from my channel, not broadcasting, and therefore not making any money. And also, there were other choices I had to make. Like, if I was going to go to PAX East, there was two things that I would have missed this year that would have been brand new experiences for me, or experiences that I really, really wanted or didn't want to miss. St. Jude, I'm flying to Memphis later this month that's a 4-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I've never seen Carpenter Brute live in concert, so that's like a 1-day, 2-day thing that I didn't want to miss either. So I will be gone for those days. But just to have that huge chunk where it's just like no stream, no Zeke.
Sorry, Zeke. I didn't hear anything that you said there after "I'm a bad friend and I don't like you." I know there were some more words in there, but I didn't hear any of that. Listen, I would have felt a lot better if I didn't have to hear about it from Twitter first, Zeke. So next time, maybe tell me before you let Twitter know, okay, that you're not going to hang out with me.
See, let's share the conversation that he had with me, because I think I was the decider. I was the pusher. He Skyped me. Hey, how bad would it be if I bitched out on PAX East? I'm concerned about being away, blah, 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 everything you just said. I go, not bad, understandable. If you don't have any obligations other than the panel, I say do it. So, like, I was just like, just don't fucking come. I don't care. It's up to you.
Well, and that's the thing. It would be 5 days with one specific thing that I had to do, and that's what made it the really tough choice. Because I'll be honest with you. I ate quite a bit of money. Just ate it in the shorts. My flight and hotel, that money is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
But that didn't even concern me at all. What really concerned me was that I would be disappointing everybody here on the show of the panel I was going to be in, and anybody who wanted to see me at in Boston. So, just wanted to apologize again.
I'm not any more disappointed in you than I am every single day.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
To be honest, we just got back like 8 or 9 minutes of you just talking on the panel, so it feels pretty good.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's where my mind's at. Like, take 9 minutes away from Zeke, and we'll just put that towards something else. So it's good.
Just spitting and sputtering up there, trying to get words out. Everybody's just rolling their eyes.
It'll be fun. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
it's actually.
You better fucking wake up though and watch the panel at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific. You're gonna be up at 10:30 a.m. right?
I'm gonna rebroadcast it. I'll be there commenting the whole way.
So you're just gonna green screen yourself in between. Like, we'll leave a little space between Max and Dan. You can just jam yourself in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like when I text Max the signal, just put your arm like this.
Yeah.
So it looks like your arm's around me.
It'll be good. Yeah.
Just we'll come on stage with someone wearing a full body green suit. Like, yeah, this is Zeke stand-in. Yeah. If you want the Zeke experience, pull out your phone.
Yeah. It'll be good times. It'll be good times.
Good.
That would be fucking cool to have a Zeke cosplay up there. like a face mask but long hair and just like tired eyes, tired of the world eyes.
Yeah. If Lemmy wasn't already dead, I'd be making phone calls.
It's true. We just call Lemmy.
You know what? I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Thank you.
You should. Lemmy's a cool guy. He's a rad looking dude for sure. So yeah, if you weren't already aware, we'll be doing a panel at PAX East. 4 of us will. Zeke's staying home this Friday at 1:00 Eastern. We'll also be, and I'll say this again at the end of the episode, but for people that watch on YouTube only. We will also be revealing 6 of the 8 cast members for the 2 new upcoming shows Friday, and some of them will actually be there in person. Others will not. So, but that'll be fun.
Yeah.
As we move forward with that.
Oh, you're gonna reveal. Oh shit! I fucked up a joke.
Yeah, Drake.
No, 2. The episode. What is it? The
this
one
is
that
the best executed gag.
No. The title of the show that Adam hates.
Oh, right. Swan Song 2. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Swan Song 2. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Just go back in time. Imagine Zeke told that joke properly. And here we are. It was a good one. That was really funny. You're funny, Zeke.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Max,
if you look behind
the
behind the green screen, you can see his soul slowly drifting away, just getting out of there, just leaving his body. So
I debated whether to start talking, and I said, "Go ahead, yeah, you got this.
Just do it. Give her."
Yeah. So that's Friday at 1:30. Is everyone staying through PAX till Monday? It's a 4-day event. I gotta yell at the fucking. What are they doing, man? That is so long to be at PAX.
I'll be coming home Sunday because 4 days is just too long.
Sunday, yeah. I'm leaving Sunday night.
Okay. Yeah, I'm out Saturday morning, so.
No, I wouldn't have even been there Sunday night, but I have a panel to go do on that. So that's it.
I've got stuff all weekend, so there was no way to get out late
Jesus,
Sunday.
man.
And the reason why they're making it 4 days is just the sound of a cash register being pulled over and over and over because they can sell more tickets. Like there's
no need
people
for
will
4
buy
days.
it and they'll
the
go.
Day, it's just like, what the fuck are we doing here?
It's the day where you walk around and be like, man, this is really too long. Hey, you want to buy that Pokemon backpack over there? Oh yeah, let's go get that fucking Pokemon backpack.
Yeah,
I feel like Thursday is that day. Thursday is the warm up day.
Sitting down all over the place.
Yeah,
Everyone's
We need
collapsing.
to find
the
a
floor.
place to sit. Let's go to that germ factory over there with all the pillows and bean bags on it. Let's just go lay in that. That'd be great. Yeah. I do hope that
the
none
reason
of us get sick. That's the biggest thing. But go ahead.
Jesus, yeah. I was gonna say I think the reason, and this is the reason they gave for Prime being 4 days, and there's lots of other cons that are big and an extra day long, was that people were not able to go. They were running out of tickets, and people were complaining because they were like, well, I couldn't I couldn't get tickets, I couldn't go. So they're like, well, we'll make it an extra day because then some people will only come 2 days, some people will come 3 days, but that never actually happens. The same people who went all days are still going all days, and there's no more extra tickets. Like, it's so weird. It's such a weird way to adapt to not having enough space for all the people that want to go.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good problem for ReedPop to have, but like,
Here's something that some of you might be ashamed to admit. Do you know how much a PAX ticket actually is? None of us have bought a PAX ticket in years, so I have no idea how much it actually costs.
I haven't bought one in quite a while.
it's been like a decade since I bought a PAX ticket. So
Listen,
I don't know,
in
like
this industry, all right?
$400. I don't.
How much is it, Chad?
$10.
Well, I'm gonna bring it up. Let's go to
$70, $80. I'd wager around there, something like that.
Penny
I have no
Arcade. Let's go.
It's not.
Oh wait, that's not fair.
$300.
Is it really?
There's no way. Someone just said like $300, but that was the first thing I read. So.
All right, here, chat. Here's what you do: just start a stream and then submit a panel on something that you can talk about, kind of a little bit, and then you just.
It's actually really hard to get panels approved at PAX now. There are folks who've been trying to get their panels approved for ages. Like, I know this is another one of those how much does a ticket cost thing, because it's not hard for some people. But if your strategy is like, I know things about something, I'm going to just submit a panel for Prime and for East at the very least, it's quite difficult. South is a great place to go if you want to put together a panel. South seems like they're always hurting for content, but the bigger ones, I've heard it's more difficult.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think for that reason, they have to be pretty picky.
That makes sense. Apparently, they're 200. They're 53 a day. And their Sunday badge is still available, and same as Thursday. So, yeah. Anyways, PAX East. Is there going to be any games? Does anyone know any cool games that are being shown?
Sea of Thieves. No.
What?
It is going to be there.
Sea of Thieves is going to be there?
I think so, yeah.
What?
I'm just excited to go.
What do they have to show that you can't play? I guess, look, here's the nice thing is people won't be sticking around at the game consoles because there's not much to play. You walk in there 5 minutes, you've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? Just get out of there. Just shuffle those people through.
Got them.
Got those sons of bitches.
You get that.
Got it. Take that game.
Out of your camera shot. Take it down.
Here's the
East
shitty.
is always
Yeah, go ahead.
East is always the weird one because it's just before E3 when they announce all the games coming out. So unless the game has already been announced, like there's not a lot of new stuff to play.
Yeah.
Like God of War will probably be there, which would be cool to get a preview of it before it comes out.
That's true. Yeah. I hope they have something God of War. That'd be kind of cool. Apparently God of War got shipped to a lot of reviewers like last week. And the embargo lifts on the 12th till they can talk about it, I think. I think Jeff Keighley was tweeting about it. Yeah. He said he finished it today and he will be able to talk about it on the 12th, I think is what his tweet said. So I don't know. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I know. I don't actually know what's going to be shown there in terms of like new games that are upcoming or coming out. I don't know. I don't really go to PAXs anymore for games. It's been a long time since I've gone to PAX for like, it's always like a bonus. Like maybe if I can sneak in and they'll let me play something early, cool. But other than that, the wait times are crazy. I'm sure they're just still the same.
Indie's like the only place where there's ever anything that surprises you.
Yeah.
Like the indie boost, like they'll see a game, it's just like, holy shit, that's a great idea.
And you can actually play it. Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Yep.
The new. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. It's not anything new, but Nintendo is going to be showing the remastered version of Dark Souls.
Oh.
So that'll be a thing. There'll be the Switch, apparently, like a playable something or other for the Dark Souls remastered on Switch. And a bunch of other Switch stuff, like No More Heroes and some other Switch stuff. But yeah,
Blizzard has two booths apparently. I'm looking at the list of video game developers, publishers, and distributors that'll be there. Blizzard apparently is there. I don't know what that's about.
they're just going to be there.
Yeah. Cappy Studios is there, so maybe we'll see below. Maybe we'll actually announce a launch date. I don't know if that's actually been said. If it hasn't, didn't see. Is there anything? I'm not seeing any names out of the ordinary. There's a lot of indie companies out there, man. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. That indie section gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah. There's an indie company called Secret Cow Level.
Mm.
It's pretty
It's not
Every
so
game
secret.
should have a secret cow level.
Yeah, it's not so secret at all. No. There's a company called Toxic Games.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
uh,
They're apparently,
then-
they're apparently from the UK. So good luck to those fellows. That'll be a tough one.
ooh,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyways, I hope that there's new stuff to see. But
Yeah.
knowing me, I'll go to the show floor Thursday and then never return. I'll just
Yeah,
leave.
Thursday will probably be my day to check it out and wander and
Yeah,
see what's going on.
that's true.
Go cruise the indies.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone do anything in the past week that's super exciting? Zeke, you went somewhere. We don't have drop frames this week. You went to like a Galaga tournament thing.
I did, yeah. I went to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and they had a giant, well, not a giant, but a tournament of Galaga. But there was also like all kinds of different cabinets there.
Oh.
If you guys watched Man vs. Snake, the main guy there, unfortunately named Tim McVeigh, was there playing Nibbler, and his partner, or not his partner, but his friend that actually got him into playing Nibbler, who hadn't played the game in 20 years, was also there to try and do a marathon run of Nibbler. And if you guys don't know, Nibbler is this, it's basically like that Nokia game. Remember if you had a green screen Nokia cell phone with a snake on it, or what was it called? Whatever that
I
game
think
is.
it was Snake. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was. And it's kind of like that with a little, I mean, obviously a lot more like intricacies, but a run of that game, if you want to get 1 billion points, which is like the benchmark, it takes like 30 plus hours of playing the game in a row to get this benchmark. And they were going for his friend, Tom. I don't remember his last name because it was Tim and Tom. But Tom was there, and Tim actually went out before he got to 1 billion points, before he was like trying to break his own record or whatever, because his hand was blistering up and he was getting dizzy and, you know, from standing and just being awake for that long. But Tom actually hit the 1 billion points and then quit. He was like, I got the 1 billion. That's all I really wanted. And then he quit. So he didn't actually go for the record, but he went 30, I want to say 31 or 32 hours straight of playing this Nibbler cabinet.
What the fuck?
1 billion points, man. It was crazy. But that was actually like the side event. The main event was like they had the 10 best Galaga players from around the world who qualified to, go play in this Galaga tournament. And it was a certain like setup. It was called five ships only. So you only get 5 ships. You can't get any extra lives or anything like that. So you play as long as you can on only 5 ships. And usually the rounds took around, like if at the top level, it was like 3-ish hours to play a round at 5 ships.
Christ.
And the tournament record was 4.5 million points in Galaga 5-man or 5 ship only. And I think during the tournament, someone got up to 4.3, but didn't actually crest it. But it was really, really cool to see like the top Galaga players and their different styles. Like it was actually quite fascinating to watch these guys go head to head. And there was some drama that happened.
Ooh.
There might be a documentary, like they had a documentary crew there, so there might be like a little documentary coming out about the Galaga World Championship, because there was some shit that happened.
Are you
that was kind
interviewed
of
in
fucking?
it?
I was there to watch it. I saw the whole thing. Like, one guy it was down to these guys were in the semifinals, trying to get to the final. So whoever won that would go to the very final match, and they were neck and neck. A couple of best players in the world. Funny enough, both named Andrew. And something happened. One of them got a ship crashed, and he stepped away from his machine, and the other guy was like, assumed that he forfeited because he only had 1 ship left, and trying to get millions of points on 1 ship is like pert nigh impossible, even with all their skills and stuff. It's just super difficult to keep going. And he stepped away from the machine. So the other guy was like, oh shit, did he quit? And then as he was like paying attention to the other guy, his ships crashed. So they were both down to one ship. And then the guy who did not step away but looked, he crashed his other ship not too long after that. So the last guy who walked away was like shit and started playing again. Didn't beat him, but there was this whole like kerfuffle about it. It was actually kind of cool if you got the chance to see it live on stream. There was a lot of shit going on like behind the scenes for sure.
Jeez.
And I don't want to say anything else because I'm not sure like what else happened, but or what I'm allowed to say as far as like NDAs or whatever.
Dramas. Damn.
If there's a fucking documentary that comes out, it's gonna be it'll be a juicy one. Like if you care about Galaga.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, honestly, it was a lot of fun. It's fun to see like all these like we had people from Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and all over the United States just popping in. And I also got to see the exhibit, the actual Meow Wolf exhibit, which
was there? Awesome.
Yeah, Exhibit was there, man. He was great. He pimped my ride. It was awesome. No, the actual Meow Wolf art installation was something completely else. Like there was a room for this tournament and then a warehouse for their art installation. And if you have never seen it, look it up. Like check out meowwolf.com. It's an interactive, multi-story interactive art installation with a narrative. Jeez. And it's really fucking cool. And it's really fucking cool for a few reasons. One, it's all ages. Like anybody will enjoy it because there's like cool secret Harry Potter passages. There's like it transforms from a house to a tree house to space to this to that. Like there's rooms for everything, and little kids are in there, and you can touch and play with everything. But if you're an adult, like me, sort of, you can. There's a fucking like intense narrative that goes through the entire like installation that starts at the very beginning and at the mailbox. You open the mailbox and there's like these sympathy cards in there, and you're like, why is there sympathy? What happened? You go inside, on the coffee table there's like like papers from a company, and it just unravels this really cool story as you go through it. It's fucking awesome. I totally recommend it to anybody. They're gonna build one in Denver as well, and I think later, like way down the line, one in Las Vegas. So.
Jeez.
Sweet.
That's a lot of a lot of money to build that shit. Do they have investors for it, or like how does that work?
Honestly, you know what's funny?
What's
they
that?
had the very first one. They had an angel investor. They call it an angel something.
Angel Munoz. He's back from the CPL. If anyone gets that joke, man, holy shit, that was a random.
You might not know that name,
Yikes!
but you'll know the name of the benefactor of the first Meow Wolf, the person who purchased the bowling alley that it is currently in, J.R.R. Martin.
Oh, okay.
Was it J.R.R. Martin?
You're conflating two fantasy authors, but I like it. I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, it's their
The
son.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's George R.R. Martin,
George
J.R.R.
R.R.
Tolkien.
Martin,
They can be the
sorry.
same guy.
Yeah.
They might
Yeah.
as well be the same.
George
J.R.R.
R.R.
Tolkien.
Martin. Yeah, put up $1 million to get this thing fucking going.
Can we just say it was Jar Jar Martin and then just move
It
on?
was Jar Jar Martin.
Jar
Okay,
Jar
Jar Jar
Martin.
Martin. Yeah, everyone knows Jar Jar. Yeah, he's great. He's great.
No, but George R.R. Martin bought the thing and put up the money to get this thing going, and it is like revitalizing the area that it's in Santa Fe. I'm not kidding. It's
That's
fucking
crazy.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like this, the part of because we were going in Ubers and shit, and the guys were like, "That fucking bowling alley has been defunct for better part of a decade, and now there's like bars popping up near it, like eateries and shit like that. Like it is honestly like lines out the door every day, and I can see why, man. I went through it 3 times. It's a fucking trip.
That's crazy. I know when I lived in Plano in Texas, the like National Video Game Museum or something was literally like 5 miles from where I lived, and I found that out literally the day I was leaving Plano, like moving to San Antonio. So I never got to visit it or anything. But apparently that stuff's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I'll have to go maybe check that out one day. We'll see. When I'm older, when I'm like 90s and that place doesn't exist anymore. That'd be good.
Well, it'll be in Denver, so you can go there. Apparently, the one in Denver, and it's not scheduled to be even close to done until 2020. It's supposed to be $5 fucking floors.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you random tangent about art exhibits being built? Did you see the George Lucas Museum that's being built? That they broke ground on like a month or so ago. That place is fucking crazy. He has like $5 billion in Star Wars crap from just the old movies, and they're just putting it all into this giant museum, along with a bunch of other shit. It looks fucking insane. You should definitely look.
So what
that
you're
up if you
saying
haven't heard of
is
that.
they're building Nerd Mecca.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, they broke ground on that. It looks insane. It looks really
The
insane.
Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. Interesting.
Look at the like architectural.
The mock-up of the building. Yeah, it's a hell of a thing. Oh, because he's like a huge investor in like Pixar and stuff. So yeah, of course he'd have a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it should be.
Where
pretty
are
cool.
they building this?
I want to say it's in California somewhere. I think they meant to. He was like it was between California and Chicago and California.
Exposition. Exposition Park,
Los
LA.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Los Angles.
Yeah,
Damn, I just hit my mic.
Whatever.
Yeah, look that up if you live in the LA area, for sure.
That's cool.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Interesting.
Anyways, I think we're good. I think we could play.
No,
some,
did you see the Ready
some
Player One?
DD.
Did you guys like it? Thoughts real quick.
No, it was bad.
Did you actually go see it?
Didn't like it. I saw it on opening day and I hated
Yes,
it.
you read the book.
I did, but I didn't like that either.
Oh, I gotta know.
So
I gotta know. Say no more.
like I
Sounds good.
just and that's on me, right? I read a book I didn't like and then they made a movie based on it and I went and saw it and fucking big surprise, didn't like it. But
That's
yeah,
just you.
whoa.
You're just throwing money away there.
Oof.
Yeah,
Just,
I went.
I was
Why do
thinking about
keep
this
giving
because
these guys money.
well, no, before I went, I was like, what am I doing? This is gonna be bad. Why am I going to this? But I'm like, no, I just love going to the movies so much that I will go see movies. And also, I feel like I'm not allowed to have an opinion about something unless I've actually like seen it. I could sit around and be that asshole on the internet and be like, it's probably really bad. But like, no, I've seen it. And I didn't
At least
like
you
it.
saw it. I
Yeah.
figured
Now
you
I can
probably
talk
wouldn't
about
like
mine.
it. Based on your personality type, I figured you wouldn't.
What, that my personality type that I like good films and I
No.
hate crap? Is that what you figured?
That sentence there in of itself explains the personality type that I'm talking about.
Oh boy. No, like I mean everybody's entitled to like whatever garbage they like, but I found it to be really patronizing and terrible and missing its own point completely. But
I didn't get a chance to like it when I saw it because I had one of those movie experiences. I don't want to go
Oh,
into it, but
no.
it was really bad. It was real bad.
yeah.
It was really.
It's not a perfect movie by any means, but it's always nice to see video game kind of stuff up in the mainstream. In terms of that, I didn't.
Yeah.
Unless you can.
I mean, it's fucking Citizen Kane isn't a perfect movie. There's a lot of space in there between perfect and garbage.
Max, you're just not
yeah,
gonna win.
I
Just don't do it, Max. Just don't do it.
This is why I'm not.
Yeah. It's
Don't
fine.
do it, Max.
So it's just saying a little something.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just don't do it, Max. It's a bad time.
Parts of it look nice.
But they did say the word Twitch in it, so that was cool. Aaron didn't
I've
know
seen
that
their
was
Twitch
gonna
streams.
happen. Yeah, Aaron didn't know that was gonna happen, and she like literally slapped my fucking shoulder when it happened. I'm like, I'm trying to watch the fucking movie. Stop doing that. I had one of those moments, Zeke, if you know what I'm talking about. I just don't fucking talk during this fucking movie. God damn it.
No, I saw your tweet, man. I was just like, he's gonna tear somebody's head off.
That's
I
why
was pretty pissed.
theaters like the Draft House are so good because when that happens, you can look around like somebody gonna get this fucker. Like
Well, the
get
people,
them.
the
They're
people,
doing a crime.
the people in front of us literally like stood up and like turned and dead stared them, and they just did not give a fuck, and they just kept talking for the rest of the movie. So it was one of the situations where I would have had to have gone and asked them to be removed or just ignore it the best of my ability. So didn't matter, but I'm never going back to that theater. It sucked. It was a bad experience. I'll move on to the
Yeah, it's a
next
shame.
one. So
What about you, Dan?
Haven't seen it, so I
Okay.
don't know how, have an opinion.
we're gonna make Dan go watch it by himself at PAX. We'll just
Yeah.
He'll give his full review on Friday, so look forward to it. That'll be good stuff. That'll be good stuff.
Okay.
Anyways, let's play D&D. Let's just play. Someone roll some dice.
Adam's face is just like. move on.
Just thinking about how much I hated that movie. I can't get over it. It was just such a disappointment. No, you know what wasn't a disappointment? It was just bad. It's okay though. It's fine. Lots of bad things exist. I don't have to engage with it. It's fine.
This whole pre-show thing has been bad for Adam all the way around. Started off with 69 jokes and ended with Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I know. Seriously, it's been a ride.
I just wanted to see people's take on it. That's all.
That was all right.
Yeah, I mean, if we had the time to actually discuss it, we'll talk about it at PAX, and I won't just be like a dick and be like it was terrible and not.
No, I would actually like to hear what you and I'm sure you have very valid points because, like I said, it's not a great movie. It's not like a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
it's a garbage fire, Max. What you need to know.
Part of Max's,
I'd like to talk more about it.
Yeah, part of Max's contract that he signed when he did the Ready Player One premiere is that he has to get fan feedback as well. So
none of that. You do one sponsored thing. That was actually a really fun thing. I had a great time hosting that. It was fun.
That's also in his contract. Whenever it gets brought up, it was a fun time. You got it.
I had a good time at that event. I remember what my opinions are.
So in today's very special episode of Quarter Sword, Zeke, you'll be playing Tracer. Berg, you're the Iron Giant now. Dan, you're Barney the dinosaur. And JP, you are a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yep.
And we have to find out why the evil Prince Dorito has kidnapped the Hamburglar and taken him away to Fox TV. So, all right, let's go. Roll initiative.
Cavalry's here, babe.
Yeah, everybody go put on your put on your Rush mixtape, and we'll go ahead and start the episode.
I'd like to cast Firebolt.
Yeah.
It amazes me that you just did that off the top of your head and you didn't have that written down. Good job.
Just came up with a bunch of horse shit and threw it out there. Yeah.
That was good stuff.
Practice.
And it kind of
Thank you.
reminds me of the movie.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Right? Well, and thank you. There you go. I like to show, not tell, my opinions about things. So it's a storytelling technique. Maybe you should look into it.
Boom.
All right, we got to do some goals first. We got to clear goals because Max, you have 2, and I would love it if you had 3, so you could get some more XP.
Shit, I rhymed too.
So, yeah, I'll give you a minute. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So, Sully, do you want to tell me what because now we're doing this thing where some of your goals are secret. Do you want to tell me the goals or message them to me or?
Yeah, the 2 public goals are understand spell of Ramus at its core level, and I think that goal is basically
Still working on that one?
It's still in Dan. That's in Dan's hands now when he feels like I understand the spells in that sense. Keep the bracer and the rod in my possession is not feasible anymore, right?
It's pretty much off. It's off the table. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you could write a new goal about getting your hands on one of them, but that's entirely up.
Yeah, I'll think of a third goal. Then the other one that's in my list is secret. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'll think
all
of one
right,
here by the time you finish.
Kalimat, still want to find mod?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Find mod, whether dead or alive.
Yep.
Number 2 was find out what the prisoner was in the oubliette. I'm going to stick with that. I'm gonna try. And then the third one,
eventually, and it's gonna feel so good. You're gonna get it, and you're gonna be like, finally.
Yeah.
In however many more episodes that takes.
And then the third one was get at Sully Hoffa's motivation. I have changed that to figure out how to cast my remaining spells.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because I have comprehend languages, hideous laughter, and message, which I have not figured out how to cast yet because they are not just verbal components. So I have to figure out, like, I would look in a book or read a story or something to figure out what kind of material components I need, or find an instrument that calls to me.
So like find someone who can help you, or put yourself in a situation to figure that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Good stuff. Okay. Ramus, what are your goals for today?
Find information about Tulpa, make sure the girl's not a problem for the group anymore, and accomplish a goal for the tower.
Right. Yeah. Go get the tower to give you a mission, and then do that. Cool. All right. So Berg, I have you down as the ongoing saga of Berg's suffering. Why do bad things keep happening to Berg? You want to find mod? and then you have a blank. What do you want to do with that one?
Learn further how the lava rock arm works. Gain more proficiency
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Seems appropriate.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Do you know, JP? Do you know what you want your last one to be?
I had one, and then I don't think it's going to be accomplishable this game, or this session rather. I guess I'll try to, much in the same way that I'm understanding a spell of Ramus, I'll understand a spell of Kalimat.
Oh, okay. So understand Kalimat's like new because he suddenly can cast spells, and you're like,
Yeah.
you haven't seen that before.
Yeah, understand why Kalimat is able to cast spells.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Understand why Kalimat has magical talent all of a sudden. Okay, rad. Okay, so it's kind of up to you guys where we begin, I guess, because the last time we saw you, we were all in the central district. We were at the sort of pinnacle district where the towers of the immortal, their ivory palace, where that was, and it currently is, despite the priests of judgment trying to knock it down with rubble flung from catapults. They've been attacking the fortress, which is on its way to destruction. Basically, it's going to be a pile of red dust soon enough. And there's this angry mob with siege weapons laying down fire against the fortress. You snuck through the crowd. There was a brief moment with some orcs. Berg interacted with those guys, and then you slipped away to escape. Where are you headed?
I think
Where do you want to go?
Feel free to correct me, the rest of you, but I think the plan was to go back to the tower from Ramus's and Berg's point of view. That's where you guys wanted to go?
Yeah. To
Like the safest spot that we can think of currently.
Yeah.
Rest.
Well, I think the reason why we joined up with these guys was so that we could get a feeling as to what's going on, and also to get rest with these guys, right? Because if we were going to go to the tower, we would have gone. We would have just not joined up with these guys. Right. You guys remember the motivation for joining up with these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been some back and forth between, like, because I think the original plan was to try to get everybody to work together. They gave you the scroll, which would reveal the prophecy to the commander, who would then be like, all right, everybody, we have to join the tower's side, and then basically deal with the tower's agenda. So I don't think you're switching sides. Like, the plan was originally to like sway the Aharisa to the tower's side anyway, and now they're gone. they're basically toast. They've disbanded.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I feel bad about that. I feel like we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You made an attempt. There was already some demonic problems going on in that organization anyway.
Yeah, I think Ramus has felt pretty strongly about still going to the tower is the next plan of action. So whether we we snuck into that group and then hung about till they decided to move on and then like pulled away or something, I don't know if that needs to be RP'd out, but that probably would be what happened.
No, I think the group of you, you can make your way like away from the crowd. They're very fixated on the destruction, on the sermons that the priests of judgment are giving, the mob is in full on mob mode. So if you want to slip away, that's no problem. I think there's a secondary crowd of people who are gathered at a distance to see what's going on, and they won't notice you either because they're focused on they're focused on what the first mob is doing. And these people look like nervous and more than a little scared. Like, why are these priests attacking the halls of justice, basically, and we're supposed to trust them? Like, they're the people who serve as the hierarchy of this city, and things must be really bad if this is what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the group of you can move with probably more freedom about the city than you ever had before because the Harissa are gone. They're disbanded. Their members have fled or gone back to join the tower or left the city or whatever. So
Okay. And they
Sick.
just look like common, like town folk. There's no symbols or anything on the people that are watching that.
no, they're just people who live or work or just happen to be in the area and who heard a bunch of noise, like the terrible thunder of the siege engines tearing down the walls, and came to watch.
Okay. And then, since you brought it up last time, Zeke, I'll bring it up again. You wanted to go and try to loot some of these buildings on our way to the tower. You still want to do something like that?
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. If there's like a ghost town with people leaving their shit behind, like I'm not above like, helping myself.
Yeah, I mean this.
Some good stuff.
This might
But-
not be. Well, you know what? Can you? Yeah, let's talk. If you decide to go down that route, let me know because there's going to be some roles involved in like kind of understanding the city and its structures and where a good place to go looting would be.
Right, sure. But that's not the first priority. My first priority, Adam, did the building that we were prisoners in, did that get knocked down?
Yeah, the whole place is like extremely rubble, or on its way to
Okay.
being that.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. Because
So my
I remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
my first priority is to rest so Ramus can, even though he lied last time, so he can rest and get that fucking spell back so we can divine where Maud is.
Okay.
That is right. Yeah.
All right. So where is it? Where is a safe place? Where's a safe place to rest? Now you know, from observation, that the Temple District is at the heart of this conflict, right? The Arcana is being sundered. They're all taking sides. At least 2 of the major temples have been ransacked or destroyed, right? Temple of the Magician is gone. And if Judgment has these chariots or these the siege engines, the Temple of the Chariot's the only place that could have got them, which means the Temple of the Chariot is probably also either in collusion or toast. So going back to the Temple District means inserting yourself into what may be an active battlefield
Right.
at this point. There may be some other place that you can go and hide out, but also if you can get through that battleground, the house at the end of all may be able to protect you or serve as a place for you to rest. So it's up to you.
Okay.
You got to kind of decide where you want to head.
Well, I think first off, we're going to try to find a place to rest. And if we see a bunch of those people standing around, I kind of just like bump into one nonchalantly and just ask, do you live around here?
And he sort of starts and shakes his head and he says, huh. Well, he looks at you like, holy shit, a talking turtle. And then he says, no, sir. I'm a courier. And he like holds out a bundle of like scrolls. He says, I was on my way to the fortress, but... And it just looks kind of nervously over at the screaming and the throwing of rocks and what have you.
Okay. I turned to call him out, like, right when he says that he was going to the fortress and motion towards him. If he doesn't do anything, I'll... 1 second, sir. I'd kind of pull Kalimata aside, put my arm over his shoulder. You could say you work for the area, the guards, and get the scrolls. We could see what's in there. Perhaps there's information about us.
Perhaps. And perhaps they're just requests of the guards to help and that kind of thing. What do you hope to find in these scrolls?
What isn't to find? We could know everything that was occurring in this town that they were potentially talking about.
I turn back to him. Young man,
And
come here.
He looks at you and he's like, holy shit, a dragonborn. And then gets his shit together and he says, what? Yes? He comes over and he's like clutching this like bundle of scrolls.
Where did you get these scrolls? Who are they? Are they from the townspeople to the Harissa? Fuck.
Yeah, Harissa?
Harissa.
He's
Guards. I just stumbled and said guards. It worked.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw you porky pig your way through that.
Yeah.
The young man says, I don't know, sir. I'm a mere
Who do you
courier,
work for?
and he touches an amulet around his neck that has on it's like a metal like a wheel, a multi-spoked wheel. It's a symbol of the Wheel of Fortune. And he says, I serve the wheel, sir. As do many of the city's couriers. I pick things up from one office and deliver them to another. These come from the South Quarter, and he points. And it's just like a part of the city.
Do you know what these messages entail, or are you just
Of course
a messenger?
not, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shakes his head like you've offended him, and he's like, No, it's our sacred duty to keep the message safe. I would never.
And I'm assuming these messages were for various ranking officials in the Harissa? Well,
As far as I know, sir.
turns out that, and I look at the rubble, they're all dead now. The only piece of people working for the Harissa are me and my companions. And although we are not indoctrinated into the guard ship itself, we were tasked by Commander Farsad to see what we could do for the city. So, if you deliver these letters to me, you can consider your task complete. If you would like to venture into the rubble to try and deliver them to dead bodies, be my guest.
And he looks at you suspiciously. And I feel like just saying, like, I'm that guy without any, like... I get that you're a really good liar, but I also don't think you have, like... you need to give him a little push, right? Like, either something that he could say, like, well, the man had a, sigil of the Harissa, or he, right now he's just like, I don't know these people, and he has no reason to believe you. But maybe you could give him a reason, or give him a little bit more. Yeah, I'll let you roll.
Let me look at here. Let's see here.
Adam, I happen to know from Skyrim games that the courier doesn't care about credentials. He just gives you a message, okay? He just says, don't know who it's from.
Though.
He leaves it to you, and then he runs away.
No, I'm actually looking to see if I have anything that would count towards my credibility or whatever.
Well, there's always credibility in the bank. You could take a withdrawal from your
right. Yeah, I could bribe. I would. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I wasn't sure because how strong their oath is. If the the golden key could break any oath.
These are desperate times, man. Like, even an apostate needs money. I mean, more so. Okay. So if he ends up, he's gonna balance his oaths against like an undeliverable message anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I know that I've tried to like bribe my way out of shit before, and it's been like, sir, and he gets even more fucking offended about it. So if
this
I could like,
this guy seems young enough. I mean, make an insight check actually, because I think that's what you're doing, right? Is you're like looking at him and like, how can I bend this guy? Yeah, DC 10 insight check.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. Yeah, what he does, he turns. So when you're speaking, he's actually looking at the rubble like, oh God, what am I doing? And then when you're talking, he turns to you and he looks at you. And there's a moment there, like just like you can see the weakness. You can see he wants to just throw the scrolls into the street and run. But if like you pay him a courier's fee or whatever, he could be like, yeah, sure, I did my job. I'm out.
Yep. So I in a roundabout way, I say, so life as a courier is difficult, I imagine. Do you How much do you make to deliver one message?
He shakes his head and he says, I'm a servant of the church, sir. The tithes are delivered by the priests. They pay for room and board and food. We don't. It doesn't work that way, sir.
Then okay, so then what in the city? This is Calumet's knowledge. Like what? How much would a night of room and board cost at an inn?
Like it depends how good is the inn. Anywhere between like
Motel
a couple
6.
a couple of copper for like a bed in a shitty common house, all the way up to like 10, 20, 30 gold a night for like the more baller experience.
How many scrolls does he have? Like a dozen or more?
It's like a dozen. Yeah, I figure about like an armful, and they're not like little short, like they're like longer, like and they're all bundled up with a golden thread, like a cord.
Okay, so I say to him, well, you probably can't tell by my clothes, but a night of room and board with food and a nice stuffed bed, I usually spend 2 gold apiece for that. So if one scroll is worth one night, I would say that comes to around 25 gold.
Make that persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, nuked. Okay, so
29.
he says, I have heard much of the Aharisa's generosity, sir. You must be one of their agents.
That I am. And I pull out my little goldy pouch and I give him, count out 25 gold for him, and say,
yeah, he hands you the bundle. Yeah, hands you the bundle of scrolls.
Okay. I would take this and I would start a new life, perhaps in a different city.
Yeah, and he clutches the coins and he's like looking around to see if anybody like saw you giving it to him because he doesn't want to get robbed. And he says, I think what you say is true, sir, and I thank you for the gold and the advice. Be well. And he like practically runs off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you've got a bundle of scrolls.
All right,
I
Sully.
hope it was worth it. That's a lot of money.
Well, it's not
We'll
like
get
you
it back.
just decided to lose 1,000 or more gold, like someone recently, Ramus.
That was not my fault.
Well,
Oh, that's
Dan,
right.
would you like
I
to
was
put the
the one who
scrolls-
put
wanna
all
put the
of my
scrolls in your
stuff a
bag?
strange
The
bag.
gods told me it was a bag of holding, so I thought it was a bag of holding. But then I got screwed.
well, maybe one shouldn't listen to the gods anymore, Ramus. And I like dive into the bags with my hands, start pulling scrolls out one by one.
Yeah, so it's not a bag. It's a bundle of scrolls, and they're
okay.
bound by this gold cord, and then there's a knot with like a wax seal on it. Just symbolic, because obviously you could slide the scrolls out. But yeah,
Okay. Well, I
pretty
think,
unwieldy and like kind of clumsy, but whatever.
yeah, when I notice
carry
it's awkward to hold and open, we'll look at these when we get situated. We need a place to stay. I kind of look around. Is there any inn? Basically, still.
I mean, I think
standing?
the first thing, I can't remember if it got burned down or not. I mean, Berg and Ramus, you can think of an inn in a neighborhood nobody really ever goes to that you used to frequent from time to time.
It's a fine place.
I wouldn't go there.
It was a fine place.
That was like
Um,
months ago in game time.
I don't even. Yeah, that might not even exist anymore. Like,
Yeah.
might
Yeah,
be
the
blown
castle
up or
behind us
something.
was one of the safest places in the city, and that was fucked up. So I can't imagine what that already creepy inn's like now.
Yeah. Do I notice anyone that looks like they're like standing in front of a building, like washing dishes or anything like that, as if they would live there?
No,
Or-
this isn't. Yeah, this isn't really a district that would have like taverns or inns. These are all like government offices, bureaucrats, archives, that kind of thing.
Well, I'll walk
for
up to
running the
another
city.
person that's kind of in this crowd watching and say, "Excuse me, Ma'am, I have a question. Can you help me, please? I'm not from around here.
Yeah. There's a woman. She's holding a kid, and she turns and looks at you, and she's dressed like pretty nicely. Her kid's got a little like noble outfit on, and she turns and looks at you.
When she turns, I see the kid for the first time and just gulp really slowly. It's like, oh, yes, ma'am. We're looking for a place to stay. Do you know if an inn still stands somewhere in this area?
She kind of sneers. It's a big city. I'm sure there's an inn somewhere.
Yes, but you see, my feet hurt. I'm quite large. It hurts to walk without. Why are you being so rude to me?
She just kind of scowls and she says, "Do I look like a guide?"
No, but
How dare you talk to me?
no, but it's common courtesy to tell one where someone could seek refuge, is it not?
She says, "If you're looking for refuge, there's plenty of monasteries in the temple district that would take you."
Never mind, ma'am. Never mind. I just kind of turned to the rest of the group. I'm done talking to people. Everyone here sucks.
Freaking humans.
Yes, it's their fault, Sully. Of course it is.
Yes. I was quite nice to that woman. I just made an ugly face at her kin. We need a place to stay, though.
Ramus, Berg, any suggestions? Good. Let's start walking this way.
So yeah, I mean, it's the city of Brass is obviously like it's an enormous city. You know, it takes like days of walking to get from one end to the other. That's why it has all sorts of ways to get around. It has the city both upper and lower. It has the catacombs below the city for its more cave dwelling folk. There's some of the like dwarven ghettos and stuff are built down there. There's all kinds of stuff. There's essentially anything you could imagine in the city of Brass. So if there's like something in particular, like if you're like, what about a neighborhood that is like a haven for thieves? Or like if you have an idea, chances are pretty good it exists in the city of Brass. So you can tell me as a group what you're kind of looking for, and I can tell you what you know about that sort of thing within the city.
I think the first thing Solly would look for is another wizard shop, because wizards are friendly to other wizards, and sometimes, most of the time. And so he would hope to find refuge there. But if someone else has a better idea, by all
so like I
means.
mean, for you, Sully, that place would be like the university. There's the University of the City of Wands. It's this enormous like combination library archive where there's sort of like wizardry that's taught there, and then all other subjects, engineering, literature, theology, all sorts of things. And then there are like dormitories and stuff around it where people stay. Generally, you have to be either a visiting scholar or a member of the university, but that's certainly like a place you could go.
Okay. Zeke, you were about to speak. Did you have another idea?
I figured we'd try and find a residential area that people with families might have abandoned. I think that would be like the easiest place to find shelter, because anybody with a wife, husband, children, that kind of stuff, when this shit, they would have bugged out. The first people to bug out would have been them to protect their kids. So wherever like the suburbs are, like where the children would normally be playing, that's where I think would be the most vacant and abandoned places.
Yeah, I mean, there are nobles, and I mean, there isn't really like a structured nobility in the city, like passed down by blood or anything. They're sort of past that. But there are rich people, and rich people have their own private, mercenary forces and live in manor houses with thick walls. Yeah, there are definitely like more than one district where expensive sort of manor houses would be set up. You might be able to go. The chances of them being abandoned is like iffy, but that's certainly a possibility.
I think I see. Do you keep the spectacles on your head, or do you keep them in a bag, Kalimat? Your glasses of They're on your chest.
Pocket.
Oh, okay. So they're okay.
Either a pocket or like hung, like if it's like a tied up tunic or whatever, like hung right there.
Right. Okay. I'm like staring at your chest intently while you're saying something to the rest of the group or saying something to me. And I can kind of see the spectacles, like the outline. And from the bottom, I start pushing them up your pocket instead of reaching into the pocket to get them to like pop out. Do you stop me?
No, I stare at you what you're doing here. I look down and I see you like doing this
turtle
thing,
claw.
Yeah.
and I just look up at you.
Yes, you can put those on and get to one of the top of the buildings here and look around to see if there's a vacant neighborhood for us to stay.
Yes, because the rooftops of the buildings will show where the people are not.
Well, that will allow you to see closer inside the windows. Will it not?
Well, we have to, yes, pick a direction first, though. All right, I mean, I could go up there. That's absolutely fine. And I could look around and see if there's anything, but what are we looking for?
A vacant
Because
building.
I will see tall buildings, I will see rooftops, but the underneath is where the people would be walking. Yes?
Suppose you're... But you would be able to see if
Is it cold out? Like, would people, like, build fires to keep warm?
At night, yeah. It's a desert, right? The city's built on a mountain, a desert. The city has like piping and like heated water and stuff, but yeah, there'd be like chimney smoke if you're looking for like a house that didn't have any. It'll get cold at night, yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose that, I mean, if we wanted to wait for nightfall when it gets chilly out, I could go up on the roof and see where the culmination or congregation of chimney smoke is and find out where it is not. And we could go that direction, but we'd have to wait until people start stoking their fires.
Sounds like a great idea to me. It would give us time to look into those scrolls, and I kind of lean over and look in the bag that you're probably still holding, eager to get into them. Ramus Berg, do you have any issue with waiting till nightfall?
Isn't there just an inn nearby we could go to and save all this trouble?
Or an abandoned house. I need to rest.
Remember the last time we went to an abandoned house and slept?
I will wait.
Well, perhaps when he goes and gets on top of the building, he'll look for a building with multiple smokestacks in it. An inn. Or we can just simply ask, but I tried that. People were not kind to me.
Funny.
Yeah, I mean this is a time. It's a time of like of war essentially, and the city's like under siege both from within and from without. The like tourism business is pretty. It's people are going to be leaving the city if anything. So inns are likely to be shut or hard to find, but abandoned buildings might be easier, especially in more like conflicted areas. But you wanna wait a couple of hours till night falls, wait till people start lighting their evening fire, and then climb up on a nearby roof and like take a look around.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So obviously you can take a short rest. Anybody who wants to spend hit dice or anything, you
We
can
probably
do that.
should. I think we're all still super
Yeah,
low.
the crowd, if anything, grows over time as people come to see the spectacle. Like word spreads to nearby neighborhoods, and folks have come to watch judgment rain down upon the people who once ruled the city. And I think that the priests of judgment finish demolishing. It takes several hours, and your rest is loud but restful. The demolishing takes several hours, and then all that remains is this pile of rubble, like a pool of blood, this red rubble, all around the dome of light that you can now see more clearly as twilight and the rays of the sun catch it. This sort of dome of magical light that covers the spires of the immortals, which are now more visible than they've really ever been because all the walls that used to surround their base are down. So they have this kind of long, elongated, alien, sort of dripping look to them. They're made out of what seems to be pure ivory with accents of obsidian and gold. 8, 10, 12-story tall, obviously magically constructed towers. and then dust, this cloud of red dust that drifts around the base of them. And people have come, and now the Temple of Judgment has set up a shrine and are performing sermons. So this hooded cleric is delivering a sermon to the crowd who's gathered now. The sounds of the catapults have faded because there's nothing else to knock down. And the gist of the sermon, Ramus, I think you probably like catch more of it, but the gist of the sermon is that the priests of judgment have, first of all, they decry and cast out the priests of justice. That justice is corrupt, justice has failed, and that they could not lay out the true law for the city. They were bound by earthly desires, and now judgment has taken matters into their own hands. Right? The executioner is now the judge. And they have judged the Aharisa to have failed in their sacred duty to protect the city. They have judged the immortals as being blasphemers who now seek to evade the law by hiding in their magical palace, and that they will hold vigil here until the immortals emerge to meet the headsman's axe. Right? They've declared that the immortals have they've failed in their duty to protect the city, and now they must pay for it. And so these priests of judgment have taken matters into their own hands and are essentially laying siege to the palace until the immortals come out. And the general ambience of the crowd is like fear. They're afraid because this is not how it's supposed to be. They trusted the immortals. Everyone knew the immortals were like magical and special, but now they're a bad kind of magic and special apparently, and it's making everyone very nervous. The priests of judgment seem to have their shit together. They're definitely like, nope, this is what must be done. We must wait until they emerge, or we must find a way to penetrate their magical barrier and drag them out here. For certainly they've been corrupted. And the implication is that maybe the Mara have gotten involved, and that's why the immortals failed, but no one outright says that. It's just something the priests are implying to kind of like get people on their side. So Sully, are you examining the scrolls?
Yeah, I think we find like a table somewhere. Like, is it safe to say that we just go and find a place to sit down to kind of kill time while these people are?
I mean, I think you'd sit on the curb if anywhere.
Yeah,
like you'd sit at the edge of the edge of the square and just unroll the scrolls and take a look through them.
Yeah. I start unrolling them and kind of thumb through them one by one. Do I need to make a roll for this, or what do you want to? How do you want to do it?
No, I mean you have several hours to examine them. They're mostly applications for permits, like legal permits. They're documents that need to have the Aharisa's seal placed upon them to give allowances. Some of them are statements of like payment of fines, right? Because people get fined for breaking the law too. They're not just like executed summarily.
Right.
It seems to be mostly like legal paperwork. Are you looking for like anything particular, looking for clues about anything, or like what do you?
I think first and foremost, I'm looking for language that would describe us being prisoners in any form, whether it's just a mention of, whether it's people saying that, hey, we found these people, or anything mentioning the word prisoner or turtle. Templar.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't think these. Yeah, I don't think these call on the group of you specifically in any way. No.
Okay. And then secondly, I'm looking for like things revolving around the tower, around the not the word that you use for elf, the farang. Sorry, the farang.
Yeah.
And anything surrounding around the word Sahir as well, just kind of like buzzwords.
Sure. Okay. Make an investigation check.
22.
Nice. All right. The silly Huffa search algorithm putting in work. Yeah, I mean, definitely, right? Like a lot of this stuff. There are official communiques from sub offices in other parts of the city that are translated through the hub of the Wheel of Fortune. We've seen a wheel temple before, right? Like messengers and stuff. They do some of that work.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's basically a lot of requests for manpower from the lower districts, right? Things are bad down there. Like the Farang. There's reports from several priests of justice saying like the shrines have been overrun. There's evidence of the Mara. People are falling to demon worship. Where are the immortals? Where's my backup? Where are our men? Where are the help that we were promised? We were performing our sacred duty here, and we have nothing. You are not backing us up. There's evidence that there's been a power struggle in the Aharisa for some time now. Like before all this happened, there was some destabilization around who was the high commander, and some factionalism developing. So there was some instability, and then the Farang seemed to have struck at just the worst possible time.
Okay.
So as bad as it seems up here, you get the impression from these letters that everywhere else in the city, like the further away from right here you go, the worse it gets because of the Farang and then the Mara emerging from the cracks that the Farang leave when they get in these fights.
Okay. And then last but not least, I want to see if there's any documentation of a bracer being sent back to the precinct.
Boo! Boo!
The only mention that you get is that evidently in the, and you probably know about this place, there's like a prison that is in the lower district, and it's a prison that was jointly run by Judgment and Justice, and there is note that the prison was attacked by the Farang, but that the Farang were driven back and that the Aharisa had to abandon the prison site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sully, I know it's a long shot, but there's no mention of mod anywhere, is there?
I'll be honest, I did not check. Give me a couple of minutes and I'll thumb through them all once again. And I search through them all once again to see if there's any conversation of a young girl.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I put them back.
Ramus, how long before you can ask the gods of her location?
We need to rest for the night. I have to pray and prepare for that ritual.
All right. I just want to know if she's dead or alive. And as he's looking through the scrolls and stuff, I'm going to spend my time like looking at the dagger that I got.
Oh yeah. You want to identify and attune it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the dagger is, I'll give you all the like mechanical shit last, but can you roll a history check for me?
Sure.
Okay.
I can roll it poorly. Is that okay?
Yes, really well. I'm fine either way. Whatever you prefer.
Good luck.
There it is. Jesus, I couldn't find it.
Okay.
How about
10.
average?
I can tell you this, like as a student of the world, as a wide wanderer, the dagger is crafted. Now remember, just for backstory for everybody else, this dagger was the belonging of a Harvat half-elven, a foreigner to the city who was imprisoned in the Aharisa. The Aharisa is like jail. So this dagger, you've been here and there and everywhere, and you've seen all different kinds of weapons. You've seen the swords of the Court of Cups, the like dueling swords. You've seen the spears of the Court of Swords. You would recognize this if it were an average weapon, but this thing is weird. It is a strange, it seems almost more like a ritual object than a weapon, though its edge is preternaturally sharp. It is carved of a dark metal. It's not the bright luster of steel. It seems to be like dyed with some like blackish hue that has a greenish reflection when you tilt it in the light. And its handle is wrapped in not in like cow or goat leather, but in snake skin. And the weapon has there's a malevolent feeling that comes from it, as if looking upon it is to invite the attention of something that you don't want. Like you look at it and it makes you nervous. But as the time passes, if you choose to attune yourself to it, that feeling will change. So knowing what you know, would you like to attune yourself to this weapon?
Absolutely.
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, so slowly over time, as you examine it and kind of like look at the weapon and sort of turn it over in your hand, it feels that you get comfortable with the balance. You can imagine like stabbing a foe in the back with it. And that feeling of nervousness turns to one of confidence. You start to feel like, yeah, like I could stab a motherfucker with this thing. This is better not cross Kalimat Alfida. I'm tough now. You start to feel like the confidence of a man with a sharp knife in his hand, right? And yeah, you realize that this weapon in the hands of a skilled wielder such as yourself could be very, very dangerous. And it is indeed no mere sharp weapon, but a blade of venom. It's a dagger of venom. And that if you stab a foe with it, you can unleash its power. So for folks at home, folks following along at home, the Dagger of Venom. Let me read it for you. The Dagger of Venom is a +1 magic weapon. Does +1 damage and +1 attack. You can use an action to cause thick black poison to coat the blade. The poison remains for 1 minute or until an attack using this weapon hits a creature. That creature must succeed at a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take 2d10 poison damage or become poisoned for 1 minute. The dagger cannot then be used this way again until dawn.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
The dagger has a name. This dagger it's a gift, and this dagger is known as the Blessing of the Night Serpent. You can feel it slumbering within the blade. So I'll put it on your character sheet.
I love it.
Yeah, you have in your hands a strange artifact from some unknown land. So yeah, I'll go ahead and add that for you. And yeah, you can feel free to stab away with it as you see fit. So yeah, just let me know when you're going to use that action for poisoning, because you have to do the action first, and then on your next attack, you'll the.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh,
Okay.
it's so nice.
I think like as I'm thumbing through this stuff, and it's as Zeke's probably or as Kalimat's probably looking at the dagger, I catch him like doing almost my precious moment, just staring into the dagger and like twiddling it around, like
Yeah, no, like you see me like flipping it and like doing the like spinning it so the tip of the blade is like this, and it's spinning around in my hand, and then I catch it and flip it around again and stuff like that. Just getting used to the weight, and then every once in a while you'll see me pause and just like kind of just stare into it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of quirk my head. I'll look into that later. Berg, are you near at this point in time, or have you wandered off?
I should be near.
Okay. I think I put all the papers down and stand up from the curb, kind of dust myself off. And I turn to Berg and say, Berg, there's no mention of Maud here, in case you were wondering. Not sure if you heard me tell Kalimat that, but no new news.
Berg doesn't respond to you.
I turn around and start to walk away and turn back. You know, if we're going to carry on this thing that's happening, we might as well just have it out while we have a couple hours. So if you wish to punch me or whatever makes you feel better, by all means. And I just kind of brace, put my face back.
Go ahead, just do it, man.
Yeah.
You like, yeah, I'm assuming you like closed your eyes.
Yeah, my
Your
eyes
eyes are
closed.
open.
Yeah.
Berg's just sitting down.
Okay. After like, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds, I peek out of my eye. You don't wish to hit me, Berg.
Berg's staring at the ground.
One must have discourse to move on, Berg. That's what I was taught. So, instead of slinging insults at one another, perhaps we can have words.
Why?
Well,
Why did you do it?
oh. All right, that was quite direct. Well, you see, the bracer could have taught us a lot of things. I understand it. It means a lot to you and it ties to your past, but to me it could have taught me a lot of things.
You had no right. None. I don't want to hear about what you could learn from it.
But you see, the important thing, Berg, is it's not...
You had no right!
I kind of like fall back. Yes, I need, but this needs to be said. You see, it was not just for me, Berg. It was for all of us.
Gets up and just pins him against the nearest wall.
Yeah, I'm just like pinned. I'm just like, it was not for me, Berg. It was for all of us.
Like, yeah, he's kind of choking him at this point. Like not choking him to kill him, but
Not
like,
on
so he
purpose,
can't-
but yeah.
Yeah, so he's just like,
Yeah, so you feel the breath slipping from your lungs. You can't speak, so yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I stumbled to
Well,
get those words out.
As he's doing that, Berg just goes real close to him. He's like,
The next time you do anything like that again, I will kill you without hesitation.
drops him and then throws him to the ground.
We're done.
Okay, I'm just hunched over, taking deep breaths on the ground.
And I walk over to Sully Hoffa, laying on the ground with my hands on my hips. You know, that was a good try. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I look up from the ground. Well, at least I didn't die. I figured I wouldn't survive that moment.
Well, the key to an apology is meaning it. Next time, try that.
Kali, help me up. I put my arm up.
I help him up.
Yeah. I once again.
This
dust
is
myself
progress.
off.
This is good.
Yeah. And I say, Kali, I don't know how to convey it to him, but he does not understand how much there was to learn from that bracer. Being on that creature.
Yes, but the thing I think you might not realize is that there's much more value in having a Berg than a bracer. Do you get my meaning?
No. I can study him every single day, but I can't study that creature anymore because it's gone.
Well, what I'm saying is you could study the bracer until, the gods destroy the world. But how long will you study if you are dead because there wasn't a Berg to protect you? And I know you can protect yourself, but as we have seen time and again, Berg has proven more valuable than that bracer.
No,
And I'd rather have him on our side than a bracer. And also, there's infinitely more mysteries for your complicated brain to use its time on. So I say chalk this one up as a loss and move on to the next mystery. There will be plenty, I'm sure.
well, it is probably the most logical thing to put someone in between harm and yourself. That is quite smart, Kalimat. Fair enough. But if another bracer comes up,
Let it go. Let it go. Because I'll be honest with you. I'm your closest friend. And what you did with that bracer made me question that friendship. And maybe you don't care, but I do. So, next mystery. Let's move on to the next one together.
but
Maybe we heal this rift with Berg.
what exactly was wrong? I protected the group. There was information to be had there. I wasn't going to leave him in it. He probably would have killed us. He did kill us the second it was taken off. What was the wrongdoing there? See, even you struggle to find the words. Exactly.
No. It's not that I struggle to find the words. I struggle with the fact that you have such knowledge and your mind is so complex. And yet you can't wrap your head around the concept of friendship. If I asked you not to do something as a friend, I would hope that you would consider not doing that thing or do that thing.
Depends if it's
Because-
logical or not. You know that.
Friendship kind of has to trump logic most times, Sully. Because that's how we get our lives saved. And that's why we save other lives. Trust me. Give it a chance. If you attempt to grow your friendship rather than your knowledge, you'll see the benefits.
Such a weird term, grow your friendship. If you said that and be laughed at, you should keep that to yourself.
And that's another thing. Maybe don't care so much at being laughed at. That would help. It's always been a benefit to me to disregard looking like a fool.
I turned to Kalimot and cocked my head. Kali, I'm a 6.5 foot walking turtle. You would understand that I surely do not care what others think.
It seems that you do. Seems that you are scared of looking less intelligent, not logical.
Fair enough. I will think on this.
Solly, by the way, if you have a moment, I saw you perform a spell that I would like to ask you about.
I start kind of laughing. Not this again, Kalimot. I've
No,
seen
no,
you
no,
cast
no, no,
amateur
no, no.
spells in fighting, but
No, it's something. I think I could do it, but it's. I've learned that it's not the same kind of magic that you use.
Well, of
My
course
magic
not.
wells up from within me, but there's something missing. I can feel it on the edge. I feel like there's something missing from the spell that I'm trying to create.
Jared,
And I mean, we don't have to go into it, but like, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I mean,
the
you can-
message spell.
Well, that's the thing is you can plant the seed now, but maybe like darkness is starting to fall, and so it's time to like climb up on the roof. But while this is going on, so first, Berg, Sully, and Kalimot all mark inspiration for that scene. That was great.
Adam,
And then Ramus, yeah. While they're all doing this, I want to know what you're up to.
as soon as Berg and them started yelling, I started walking off, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
totally.
cast. I want to cast locate creature and try to find Mod myself by
Okay.
myself.
Sure. How far away can she be?
1,000 feet.
I don't know how far that is because I'm from a weird country where
I
we
know.
don't use
It's like a
that
fifth of a
measurement.
mile.
So let me just. Good.
Miles, dude.
Fantastic.
yeah. Everyone knows miles.
Three. Oh, it's like not even a kilometer. It's like 300 meters. Okay. Yes, I can tell you. The creature you seek is not within 1,000 of your imperial feet.
Okay. Okay, so I guess upon sensing that she's not that close, and I try to like walk, try to walk the distance, try to get the distance to be a little further. But if I don't sense her, then I feel relieved and start walking back to the group.
Okay. So as you're walking around, I think you get the attention of, because you're focused on your spell. You get the attention of one of the priests of judgment. Now the ones that are delivering the sermons are wearing their full regalia, right? The hood and the sword of judgment and stuff, and they're standing up and shouting. But there are lesser folk down amidst the crowd, having like conversations with people. And one of them, a man. Dark-skinned man with braided hair. He spots you, and he sees your vestments. Right? He sees that you're like a warrior. Now, are you hiding your tower? I'm never sure whether the like tower flag is up or down. Are you? It's on your shield. Like, are you showing off that you're a cleric of the tower?
Okay, I think when we walked out, I wrapped everything up so I didn't have any like specific features of the tower on me right now.
Okay, yeah, but you are still like armed and okay. So
Yeah,
this
definitely
man, he
have
looks over
armor
you, and he says, "Brother, brother," I'm trying to get your attention.
Yes. Can I help you?
He says, and he's walking over to you as he speaks, and he says, "Well, brother, it was I who was hoping to help you. These are dangerous times. Are you in need of guidance?"
I can cast that spell myself. No. I
I mean,
think
yeah,
I'm
you
just
could
like,
you could very easily say that. Like that's the thing you could actually tell him if you wanted to be like, "Yo, I'm a cleric. I got all the like guidance I need."
the Arcana guide me in my life every day, friend.
So you're a man of faith.
I believe that while imperfect, the Arcana are there to guide us.
He nods and he says, "On this matter we agree, brother, but which arcana guides you? These times are delicate, and some of the priesthood seem to have lost their way."
I'm currently having a bit of a personal conflict about that. Some of the Arcana seem to cower behind their walls and ignore what's going on out here. Who do you serve,
And
brother?
he nods and grins, and he says, "I serve judgment, heaven's sword." And he looks back and he says, "You have seen our work. Is that what brought you here? To witness the Arcana's judgment over those who stand in its opposition?"
Yes, brother. Seeing the group of the Arcana actually do something to help fight the corrupted leaders and they're cowering in their tower just fills me with inspiration.
And he's smiling like, "Yeah, good, good, excellent." And he says, "So you have seen the way of this city. You know that it ends only in fire and rubble. And this is something you can accept. That in your heart you know that it is best to give up on the mortal world?"
Yes, I've seen what you say, and the tower too also preaches something similar where this city must burn. You have to let it go.
And he nods solemnly. "It is by the tower's light that we are all guided in these dark days. Even my brethren and I. Our orders come from that dark place. But there must be light after darkness. All will be well. You walk a just path." And he like puts his hand on your shoulder and gives you a look, and grips you sternly and gives you a look like, "It's gonna be okay, buddy. You're already doing the right thing."
Ah, I feel better already. Thank you, brother, for doing what the other temples are too afraid to do.
And he nods and he says, "Is that not the nature of faith, brother? To free ourselves from fear? To do what is difficult in the face of what must occur?" And he looks back and you see the shimmering shield and the ivory spires. And he says, "I think this is a lesson even the immortals will learn in their time."
I know, brother. I pray that shield shatters and their judgment rains down upon them all inside.
Make a charisma saving throw here. I just want to see how much this guy likes you. You can do it with advantage because you've showed that you're a priest and you're on the same side.
Okay. 8.
Okay, got an 8. All right, so he gives you a look for a second, and and maybe this is important for Ramus. So there's a moment where he looks at you, and you can imagine a situation, maybe in another time, in another life, where somebody looked at you this way, and then it was like the beginning of a friendship, or like someone would be like, "I like you, Ramus. Let's travel together," whatever. Like you remember this look, but then something goes sour. Like he looks at you and he kind of like there's a moment of revulsion. He hides it well, and then he nods and he says, "I must see to the flock," and turns and looks back at the group of people who have assembled, and he says, "Be well, brother." And you notice like he's taken a bit of a step back from you and kind of like bows, nods, and then tries to like he's waiting for you to say goodbye or dismiss him so he can leave without it being awkward.
Don't walk in the tower's shadow, my friend, and then walk away.
Yeah, and so as he walks off, there's something about that interaction feels weird to you because it was going so well. Like you were talking about the same thing, getting all fired up about stuff, and then something went weird, and he wasn't having it anymore, and then weaseled away. Yeah, and then you turn back and you can see your friends and they're your friends, and their argument has sort of died down. Kalimat and Sully are talking, and then Kalimat, you want to climb up onto a nearby roof, so maybe that's what you see. You see Kalimat like getting ready to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Kalimat, I'm not gonna make you like do an athletics roll to like climb up onto a roof or whatever. You're reasonably dexterous enough, and there's nothing at stake. So, yeah, I mean, I think you get a little bit of that, like, he's going to break his neck. Is he drunk? What's he doing? Right, because there's like people around. But you slip off into an alley, climb up to a higher building. Now, the highest building around here is the Spires of the Immortals. And they're built so that you can see them from just about anywhere, so you can't find anything that high. But there's also lots of government buildings, lots of bureaucratic offices and stuff that are 4 or 5 stories tall that you're able to climb on top of. And then peer out across the city. Now, from up here, as you climb up, there is there's a bit of a haze over the city, the dust of all the roads that lead through it. This is like for both for you, Zeke, and for like other like audience members. If you've ever been to a big city like New York or Tokyo, or whatever, actually really any big city, because the horizon's not that far away in our world, you go up high and you look and it's just buildings everywhere. Right, just the gridded network of human construction, and so you see this like the city in all directions laid out that you can see. You get a pretty good view of most of the city, and the city is built on a mount, so it all kind of drifts away, and then you can see in the distance, and you have your magic glasses on, so you can see all the way to the wall, hazily in the faint distance, and then the desert beyond. And so for the first time for you, certainly wearing these artifacts, you get a moment where you can see everything that's at stake, all laid out clearly. This is your sort of blue marble moment, right? Where you're like, you're only a little ways up above the city, but you see the dwellings of the thousands and thousands of people who must live in this city that the tower wants to kill or burn out or throw back to the wheel to reincarnate better luck next time. You can see the burning lower city. You can even see, I think, probably the gold edge of the biggest of the Farang ziggurats. There's this building down in the lower city. There's smoke and a glow coming from around it, but it seems to be in like a crater. And you can see even that down at the edge of the conflict. And then, laid out before you is the city of Brass in all of its tumble down splendor. What do you do? You've climbed up here, you take a breath from your climb, you look around, you see all this, and we see you, and we see the sun sort of going down behind you, the light of twilight across the city. What do you want to do, Kalimat?
Honestly, like I'm just thinking of how like that scene you just set up, like I think Kalimat gets this feeling of like of helplessness that kind of washes over him because he doesn't feel powerful enough or big enough to save the city from destruction. And it just like if he could save one little girl, he felt like he feels like he would have done something, at least something worthwhile. Something in his power to do. And then he just gets reinvigorated by like that thought. If I can save one person, this might there might be something worth it in this journey. And also, like, if I could, like, advise everybody that I come across, if they're, you know, malleable or, you know, want to hear me, to get out of the city, to make a new life somewhere else. So, like, I guess that's become like, Calumet's new mission is to try and usher everybody out so this change can happen without more lost lives.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Is that you can't, like, the vastness of it is overwhelming, and somewhere there's a young courier with 25 gold pieces in his pocket who's gonna try to make a go of it, right?
Yeah.
And get out of the city. And you can see, I mean, you can see like people trying to escape too, right? The gates to the city, now that the Aharisa have folded, are not being protected anymore. They're open, allowing people to escape. And I think that, like, I wanna see, do you remember what the exact name of the item that I gave you is?
Yes. Blessings of the Night.
No, the glasses.
Goggles of something or other.
Oh, Eyes of the Eagle.
Oh, okay.
Ah, that's what it is. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Eyes. Because I was looking up lenses and I couldn't find it. Okay. Clear visibility, make out details of extremely distant creatures and objects. So, like, this is like, you could get vignettes, or you can look into the houses of people miles away. So yeah, I mean, I think Calumet, you see the human aspect of this too, right? You see a group of thieves, like, burgling an abandoned house, you know, making off with their treasures. You see injured people dying in the streets for want of aid. You can even see the golden armor of the Farang, like, moving through the city, assembling their anathema network. So it is a moment of like intimacy for you too, not just the vastness of the thing, but individual details within. You are looking for what? Tell me about what you're looking for.
I'm looking for signs of life and signs of abandonment. So flashes of armor or movement, smoke out of the chimneys, burning, anything like that. And I want to, like, I'm sure I can tell the difference between smoke from a chimney and, like, a raised part of the city, like
Right, of course.
plumage, the sheer volume of the plumage and stuff like that, and probably want to move more towards the shit that's already been sacked.
Okay, make a perception check with advantage.
Okay. 17.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so there's a sort of middle class district, made mostly up of sort of combination shops and houses, that looks like it has been mostly abandoned, and, like, officially abandoned. You see, pasted up on many of the doors, the Aharisa, these are old, but the Aharisa orders to abandon and to relocate, right? Grab only what is most valuable to you and flee this place because it is in the path of the enemy and we can't save you. Go to this place in the Temple District, and, like, we have camp there for you to, like, rest. So there is a district, and it looks like half of the district, the lower part, the part closer to the lower city, falls within the Farang's control. You don't see them actively around, but in one of the squares of this district, you can see floating one of those crystalline structures, sort of pulsing with light. But outside of that, it's abandoned, and while it's in the path of the Farang, you don't see any active like, armor or movement there. So you can head towards it. This might be a place where you could find a shop with supplies, or somewhere safe to stay. And it seems to have been abandoned quickly. Yeah.
Okay.
So also,
I
though,
will
while
kind
you're looking around, there's something else that you notice. So, just as an added thing, while you're looking around, out of, I don't know, you can tell me, but out of, like, morbid curiosity, or out of that, like, can't look away from a car crash kind of feeling, you do end up, like, lingering on one of the areas of like, more aggressive Farang, like, activity. You see the armor of the Farang moving around, nearish to this gold ziggurat, this like landing place. It seems to be their headquarters, and you see a group of them, and the Farang, even the ones that aren't wearing the big heavy armor, you can see some that are like clearing debris or whatever, doing kind of work. You see a few that aren't wearing that armor. They're wearing heavy like black cloaks. They have hoods up so you can't see their face, and they seem to be wearing masks or something, so you can't pick out details, even though you can see them quite closely. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw real quick for me. Just real quick for like scanning around the city. I wanted to see if
A saving throw though? Oh god.
yes,
okay.
please. Yeah, wisdom.
16?
Wisdom saving.
Is that a pass?
So what happens is your eyes linger on this scene for a moment of these two. There's a group of them, two of these unarmored Farang talking, and you can't hear what they're saying, right? You just hear the city near you. They're gesturing. One of them stops, and they turn and they like look right at you, like their face is pointed in your direction, and you don't hear anything, but you get this immediate sense of being watched. And it is absolutely 100% a familiar feeling. And the last time that you felt this feeling of like being like seen right through, you immediately are brought right back to the door to the oubliette, and the feeling that you felt back then. Like whatever this thing is, it just cuts right through you. You just feel like you've absolutely been spotted. What do you do?
1 second. Let me just look at something here
No,
real
now
quick.
we need an answer now.
Okay, and this is quite far away then, yeah.
Miles, yeah.
Okay,
It's down in it's ground zero, right? This is where the Farang are like coming from. It's their castle ship thing that's like landed and crushed a big chunk of the lower district.
Okay. So they're looking directly at me. I don't break the gaze. And I think I might whisper it under my breath or think it at the same time. I was trying to think of something clever, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Who are you?
You hear the prisoner's voice in your mind. Halimat, I never did have the opportunity to thank you. Come find me. You'll be greatly rewarded for your service. And you can like hear the like snide smile in that voice in your head.
I'll be there as quick as I can.
Okay. So, Sully, you're down below, right? Because this was like your idea. So you're like looking up at Kalimat, who's just staring out across the city.
Kalimat, do you see anything? Kali?
Yes. I've seen where we are to go next.
To sleep?
Yes.
All right, very well.
I
Come
think
down.
yeah, I shimmy down and get back to the party here.
Okay.
And I tell them like about what I saw, the area that would be the most beneficial for us to go. Sleep. Yeah. Not towards because I'm guessing they're in different directions.
Berg. Now, I know this is going to sound cruel of me to ask, but can I get you to make an intelligence saving throw?
Why?
Just like real quick. When Kalimat is like, we have to go here to this place.
Oop.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Also, when you said "come find me" as the prisoner, I just video gamed like you'll find the P on your map, like for prisoner.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's a new faction for you to grind rep with. It's fine.
Yeah.
I probably haven't heard or spoken to Ramus. So when Kali's on his way down, Ramus, I just turn around. We're ready. Where are you?
I'm right here, you dumbass.
Oh, sorry, I did not see you.
Ramus, also, I forgot to tell you, yeah, mark inspiration for your interaction with the Judgment Priest.
Okay.
I believe Kali found a place for us to stay. I'll wait till he gets down here and we'll go.
Yeah, so Kali might has like slid down the drain pipe or whatever is down in the streets. He's come back over to you.
Yeah. So, which way is it, Kali? It's getting dark out.
It's this way. It's and you said it was in the path of the Farang, but they are not on top of it yet, right?
Yeah, it's a big district.
Okay.
It's like a market and craft district where they would like sell a bunch of stuff. It's in the middle, the middle kind of belt of the city, and it's abutted by the like. It's like in the path of the moving forest fire that is the Farang, but you don't like. You could stay at the far end of it, and you could probably find somewhere abandoned. You want to head in that
Market
direction.
district, you said.
Okay.
It's a train.
And
It's a train ride away.
Okay. And how far would it be from there to the Temple of the Tower?
It's like it would make a triangle, like from where you are down, and then like kind of back up the edge of the mountain.
To avoid the
You're
Farang.
closer. You're closer to the temple district now than you are to where you're going to be going.
Oh.
The temple district is like pretty close. It's only like one train stop away from the palace.
Is that our ultimate destination, though? I'm asking you guys, the group.
Oh yeah. You guys can decide where you want to go.
I don't know if I think our ultimate destination is the tower. Like the Adam said the name before, the end of all things.
House of the end of all. Yeah.
House of the end of all. Yeah.
That's in the district, the like temple district. But like I was saying before, the reason you might want to avoid the temple district if you want to rest is that it sounds like there might be like open war in the temple district.
Oh,
the priest of judgment.
Okay, rest.
The priest of judgment just came there like covered in blood and like everything's fine, we're good. We just stole these catapults.
Right. So it's rest first, then reassess.
Rest, then reassess, as we've been told.
Yep.
Sit and be fit. Yes. Okay. So that's I relayed where we're going, but we're only going to rest there, and then we're going to get up in the morning and make our way like carefully towards the tower to see if there's any ingress into the tower. The house at the end of all worlds or whatever it is. Damn it.
House at the end of all. Yep.
There you go. And yeah, so we'll reassess once we've had a rest because everybody's hurting and exhausted and in need of it. So
Yep.
I will. And then I say, I will guide you. I think I would better serve guiding you from above, so that I could scout and see any dangers in our path, that kind of thing. If you think that's the wrong thing to do, let me know. But I think I could see danger long before it approaches us if I was up high.
What? You wish to stay here and watch us?
No. I will lead you, but from the rooftops.
So you're going to be above us, is what you're saying?
Yes,
As
I will
we're
be
walking.
above you, like an eagle.
Well, why didn't you just say that? That's so much simpler to understand. Let's start.
Well, I will speak in analogies for you from now on.
Well, it just makes sense. I don't need the analogies. I just want sense.
Ramus, didn't you have something to talk about with Sally Hoffa? And I can just turn around.
What? Ramus, we must speak? What? What is it we're speaking about?
I don't know. Hi.
buddy. So the group of you, like you head off. Calumet, you're gonna stay up high and kind of like scout things out, but you're gonna head towards the. How do you want to get there? Like you could walk; it'll take much longer, or you can head towards the train station and try to grab a train into the district.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm stupid. I didn't even think about the train.
The thing is, though, you know that this district has been shut down by the Aharisa, so maybe the train doesn't run there anymore.
Better go with the sure thing then, which is our feet.
Yeah, you can go on foot. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so you head out into the city. Cool.
I just
All right,
love
so
you
is
like,
the last.
well, what about the train? It's like, oh, that's a good idea. The train might be dead. Okay, we'll do the other thing.
You know, like that
talked us
episode of
into
that episode of Simpsons where Homer gets the monkey paw and the guy's like the frogurt is also cursed. That whole bit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what conversation with me is always like. How about this thing? It's cursed. Oh, well, how about this other thing? Also cursed.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's break there with the last fading rays of the sun's light. You head out into the darkness of the city, and out into this abandoned district. See if they get there safely. But...
Awesome. All right. We will take our break and be right back with part 2 here of episode 69 of Roleplay Court of Swords right after this. We'll see you guys then.